Hello and welcome. My name's Kevin Looms, and I'm going to talk to you about hard floors and carpets, and basically why hard floors are indeed worse for allergies. And yes, it is a fact. A bit of a contentious subject, but hopefully by the end of this short presentation, you'll be able to understand fully what I mean by hard floors are being worse for your allergies. So let's get going. So let's just quickly start off by saying initially, you would think that carpets are worse for allergies, including rhinitis, asthma, and other breathing issues, because we're led to believe that carpets can hold lots of dust and lots of debris, and it just gets scattered around in the air and breathed in. So let's just quickly recap on that. Okay, if a carpet is really, really old, and it's literally falling apart in your hands and it's just cracking up and just even the underlay has gone into a powdery dust, and yeah, that's not really good. But for 99% of us of this population, we all have fitted carpets. They're fitted properly. They're cleaned, they're maintained, and they're regularly vacuumed. It's these carpets that are actually the unsung heroes of your home. Um, Basically, it's these carpets that trap all the debris and all the dander and dust and pollen, etc., in the carpet, ready to be vacuumed away. So we'll just follow on from this. There was a proven study a while ago now in Sweden, but it's still completely relevant. Basically, they held a study over 15 years, and they studied carpets that were not being installed. So there's a noticeable drop in carpet sales over 15 years. And at the same time as carpet sales were decreasing, hard floors were being replaced, were replacing those carpets. So the sales of those were increasing and the carpet sales decreasing. But the allergic reactions were increasing at exactly the same rate as the hard floors were being laid. So you've got it here in black and white. It is a proven study, there is data on it, to say that hard floorings do cause more allergic reactions than a carpet. I need to explain that just a little bit more, but firstly, there was also a study in Germany not so long ago, and here we have the readings from dust mites on a hard floor, which are relatively high compared to the wall-to-wall carpeting. Now, wall-to-wall carpeting, the readings were very, very low, and this was a really in-depth study. And there is more of this on our website, by the way, at www.clean-pro.co.uk. And there are links on our front page, actually, on the allergy service on the front page, and it will explain in detail, and there are more links there to actually go into this in more detail if you really, really wanted to get down to the nitty gritty. But essentially, the two studies have proven that hard floors are worse for allergies. And you're probably sitting there thinking, well, but why? I don't understand why. We was always led to believe that hard floors are better. So we'll just go into that as well and just explain why. Now, dust mites are microscopic. Okay, you can't see them with the naked eye. You certainly can't see them with a magnifying glass. You can only see them with a microscope. And it's because they are so small and so tiny, just the smallest amount of air or wind or breeze will blow them off of the hard floor, because let's face it, they've got nothing to grip onto. It's a flat surface, and they immediately get blown around in the room up into the breathing zone, which is head height. But it's not actually the dust mite that causes the issue with allergies. It's actually the proteins in the dust mite drop-ins that cause the issue, that hang on to the linings of the lungs and cause issues with asthma, for instance. So they're tiny. The drop-ins are so tiny, it's impossible to retain those on a hard floor. And just by walking around the room will cause a breeze and kick them up into the air. You can't see them. They can be right in front of your face and you can't see them. And opening doors will do exactly the same thing too. So that's why hard floors are worse, because they can't hold on to these parasites. They just get blown into the air and you breathe them in instantly. It's a fact. That's the end of it. There's no question on that. Compared to a carpet. Now, if you look at the carpet fibres on this diagram, okay, we've got big particles here on the left, but you can understand what I'm trying to say. Once the particles and dust mites land in a carpet, they get embedded into the actual carpet fibres and trapped, so they can't they can't be blown around up into the air into your breathing zone. And despite wind and air and what have you blowing above it, they're just left there and trapped there, acting like a filter. We call it a filter for your home. The carpet is doing a really important job by making it healthy for you by trapping this debris into the carpet. You can't see it because it's so small, ready to be vacuumed away by an appropriate vacuum cleaner, of course, safely vacuumed away out of harm's way, which is much better for you and your family, and if your children suffer from asthma. It's a pure benefit of having a carpet rather than a hard floor. But so long as the carpets are obviously vacuumed regularly, just remember that despite what retailers say and manufacturers say of hard floors, they are not better. They have a vested interest to say that they are better for you. And unfortunately, this misinformation gets filtered down to various websites and even TV programs that have picked up on this. But we've proven here in this short video that carpets are better for you. Just keep them vacuumed regularly, and also, get them cleaned every now and again. You will find that a deep clean will make them even better at doing their job of acting like a filter, and they will retain a better appearance and last longer as well, despite what some people say. So the moral of the story is, don't believe everything you read and see on video and TV, but when you're presented with pure facts like we have today, hopefully you can understand why it's much better to have carpets for your home.